Hi everyone, it's the Comic Fan Man here coming at you with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna continue having a look here at the citizen of New Texas, Marshall Bravestarr. And this is Marshall Bravestarr from Dawson Toys, I believe they're called, although their name is not on the box. But damn, they went straight for the name. As far as I know, from everything I've seen, they don't even have the rights to this. But yeah, they went ahead and made the figure anyway. Pretty crazy. That's pretty ballsy, not gonna lie. It's got Bravestarr on the side, lightning crackle, a silhouette of the cartoon Bravestarr on the back, more lightning crackle, Bravestarr, and legal jargon on the bottom. And this Dawson Toys here, what they did was they actually did Marshall Bravestarr pretty much exactly the way he looked in the cartoon, and this figure looks fantastic. All right, let's open him up and see what we got inside.
Distant time and faraway place, the planet of New Texas floats deep in space. Sky of three suns, land of precious ore. The carrion rush brought outlaws by the score.
All right, so here he is, the Dawson Toys Marshall Bravestarr with all of his accessories out. And I gotta say, it's a bit on the smaller side, but it's a fantastic figure. And look at all the accessories he comes with. First is this part of the stand. The stand has his name on it, which is really cool, Bravestarr. And then the stand opens to reveal his other hands. I was wondering real quick, like, where were the hands? And it was inside the stand here. Look at that. And he's got very expressive hands. These are obviously like just gripping hands, the gun hands, open hands, and the I'm A-OK hands. Look at that, very cool. Oh, and then this is the gripper for this. Yes. Oh, nice snap in there. Very cool. It holds the figure. Very nice. So that's the stand. I'll leave the hands out because I'm sure we're going to change the hands around. And I will set up the stand since it's here. Might as well do that. All right. So there it is. There's the stand. It's got a bunch of really nice joints on there. Very cool. And it stays on there nice and tight. So that's cool. He comes with this some kind of cannon. Now this is not the rifle that he had. He did have a long rifle, the vintage figure, which he never used in the cartoon. But I have seen this cannon being used in the cartoon by some of the villains. I know there was like an episode that had like these kind of rock creatures or like golems, and they had this gun. So it is in the cartoon, but I don't remember Marshall Bravestarr using this. And of course he also has his neutral laser, and this is very cartoon accurate right here. Like all of the detail in the gun there, and the little tiny paint detail there. This was very, very good. This is very much the gun that's in the cartoon. That's the way the neutral laser looked like in the cartoon. So that's really excellent. And then he comes with all of these little face sculpts here. So this one's kind of like a smirking face, mischievous face there. This one is kind of a serious looking off to the side there. Very cool. And then this is him screaming out, "Strength of the bear!" No, he's screaming out obviously something, but that's pretty cool. And his head is shaped The head shape is funny because, you know, it pegs into the hat system, and the hair also is pegged in. So let's take a look here. So this is another one of the faces looking off to the other direction there. And it has the hair and the hat pegged on it already. So you'll see it just comes right out. And that's the way the head looks on its own. Then you have the hair, is the back piece hair with the ponytail is a separate piece. And the hat is also a separate piece. So basically what you would do is you would put this in there like that. And then you would take the head and slide it in. And it clicks into place. And there you go. You got Marshall Bravestarr with his hat on. Careful with this little antenna here. Very cool. Very nice. That's him with his hat. And now let's take a look at Marshall Bravestarr himself. First of all, he comes with this nice little backdrop there. He's got the eyes of the hawk, ears of the wolf, strength of the bear, and speed of the puma. I really like this backdrop. That's very cool. Because in the opening of the cartoon, that is definitely there.
And one day a lawman appeared with powers of hawk, wolf, puma, and bear. Protector of peace, mystic man from afar, champion of justice, Marshall Bravestarr.
All right, now the figure himself, take a look. He is very good looking. I like what they did with the hair and the face there. He looks very cartoon accurate. The whole design here, this is like 100% the cartoon. He looks nothing like the vintage figure. He looks 100% like the cartoon design. And it's a really good looking color scheme that they did here. The way they painted, the way they applied the paints here with the airbrushing and all that looks fantastic all the way down. Even on his boots, there's like a gradation there on the tip of his boots that looks fantastic. And yeah, in the cartoon, it was exactly this design there on the front and on the back. So they went like 100% with the cartoon aesthetic. His articulation is actually really good. He's got a great joint system here. He's got all sorts of motion he can do. He's got the head and neck are two separate joints there. He's got drop down hips, so that way you can put him in like really dynamic, like kicking poses, jumping poses. And yeah, he's really good. Very, very awesome articulation on this figure. And with the hair, again, you just pop it out. Oh, I popped off his ponytail. You just lift it up and it pops right off. I didn't know that the ponytail was able to be separated, but yeah, you can take off the ponytail. So let's put the hat on him. So yeah, you got this part here. Then you put on the hat. Make sure it all lines up. Oh, popped right off. Hold on one second. All right, so the hair is in the hat, as you can see there. And now the head goes in, as you can see there. And now we'll put all of it onto its ball joint. Very nice, and there you go. Marshall Bravestarr with his hat. Very, very cool. And we'll see how he can stand really nicely without the stand. So that's really good. And again, as I've said before about the Asian market figures, he has those wonderful joints that just has a really nice slide to it. So that's really, really nice. All right, let's put one of the gun hands on. Let's see how easy this is. That's easy enough to pop off. And very easy to pop on. Very nice. It's kind of like a soft rubber. So that's really neat. And yeah, there you go. Really, really easy. 1, 2, 3. And there it is. Draw, partner. Pew, pew, pew. Dig it. That is fantastic. And then you can put the hand back on the little hand tree. I like this. This is really cool. I wish more figures had come with this. They would be nice to have like a little tree system like this for the heads as well. That would have been nice to have. But yeah, look at it. It looks great. And like I said, he stands wonderfully. His articulation is fantastic. Really, really love it. And yeah, let's take a look and see how he stacks up with other figures.
Bravestarr!
All right, here's a quick look at the two neutral lasers, one next to the other. And this one's obviously, this is the vintage one. This is the Dasin Toys one. And yes, this one is definitely more cartoon accurate, but you can definitely feel like it's it has that same feel to it. Interestingly enough, I never realized that the back of the bottom of the neutral laser of the vintage one actually sticks out further going toward the back, and this one sticks out further going toward the front. And this one obviously has the little painted detail there and the little painted front, where this one obviously doesn't. They never did that much detail back in the day. But yeah, I think it's a pretty faithful recreation of that gun. All right, how you doing, Mini Marshall? I'm A-okay, Big Marshall. Yeah, unfortunately, he definitely does not size up well with the vintage Marshall Bravestarrs. I don't know how he's going to handle having to deal with a giant Tex Hex over here. It might be a little bit too much for him to handle at this size. But overall, like I said, you know, the fact that they went with the cartoon aesthetic, like, this is really like 100% the cartoon. Like, the cartoon did quite a few changes from this design, and they turned them in. Well, I think the cartoon designed it first, so it was actually Mattel who changed the design. Because according to like the notes, Marshall Bravestarr was supposed to be like all gold, but Mattel wanted some more blue in there, so that's why they went with the blues on here. But like I said, he's still a fantastic looking figure. Let's see how he sizes up with Marvel Legends. All right, so that's better, but he is definitely still smaller than Marvel Legends. But here, let's take a look at him next to Crystar. Crystar was definitely another 80s action figure line that was amazing back in the day. And yeah, there was no way that the vintage Marshall Bravestarr would be able to be anywhere near playing around with the Crystar figures, the vintage Crystar figures. Because Marshall Bravestarr was 8-inch and the vintage Crystar figures were like 4-inch. Like half his size. But yeah, look, now they can play together. It would be like if Carium like actually came to life and turned blue. There you go. You got Crystar. So now Marshall Bravestarr has to defend him because Tex Hex is gonna want a piece of him. Oh, he is bigger than Link and Princess Zelda, at least. These are the Jack Pacific figures from The Legend of Zelda. And yeah, he's at least he's bigger than those. So he is in the 5-inch. He's in the 5-inch scale, so that I guess that's pretty cool. But yeah, with all the articulation that they got, they can definitely, the designs definitely work here together. You can probably see them like, you know, like indigenous people of New Texas. Obviously not the fuzzy people, but like, you know, maybe there were other people on the planet that he hasn't found yet, and here they are. And I think they look good together. Oof, this sizing does not work. He definitely cannot be next to Strider as 30-30. Not the standing 30-30 anyway. I'm sure he'll be okay as the horse 30-30. Well, he still seems a bit small to me, but I guess it works. He definitely can fit on the Strider, you know, sitting down and galloping around New Texas. So I guess that works. Yeah, that's all right. Not too bad. And here he is recreating that little scene where he jumps off the edge of the cliff to jump on the coyotes. This is really good. The articulation, the stand, all of it works really, really well together. And if you're wondering where his neutral blaster goes on him, it doesn't. Like I said, you know, they really did a really good job of making him like the cartoon version of the character. And in the cartoon, the gun, he didn't holster it. Whenever he put his gun away, he would just put it on the side and it would dematerialize. And whenever he needed it, he would touch his side and it would materialize again. So yeah, he doesn't have a holster because, you know what? That's not the way he operated in the cartoon. And here he is going in guns a-blazing. Both the neutral laser and that whatever cannon that was that was being used in the cartoon. I think that looks really good. Bravestarr trying to play off like he's Doom Guy, pulling out guns from everywhere. Yeah, I'm okay with it. He's gonna jump out on Tex Hex here. Oh, look at that. Tex Hex doesn't even fit in my camera here. There you go. Put him up! Nah, I think he looks really, really amazing. I dig it. And yeah, you know, I guess he'll be on his own. You know, he might be able to fit in a little bit with the G.I. Joes, but he would be, since the G.I. Joes are in the Marvel Legends size, he would obviously be a little bit smaller. But I'm okay with it, simply because of exactly how he looks, because he looks exactly like the cartoon. That's really good. That's amazing. Dasin Toys did a great job, and yeah, I don't know. I'm glad they did it, but I obviously don't know if they paid for the rights to do it. But yeah, they went ahead and they even named his stand Bravestarr. You know, at least Ramen Toys at least tried to be a little bit more subtle about it. They called him the Marshal. But no, Dawson Toys is like, nah, he's Bravestarr. So say something. I think he looks amazing. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this look at the Dawson Toys Bravestarr figure here. And yeah, I gotta say, you know, he's a fantastic looking figure. This stand here is amazing because it fits all of his like loose accessories in there. And it has his name on it. And obviously I don't know how Dawson Toys got away with it, but you know, whatever. I'm happy to have him. He looks fantastic. As you can see, his articulation is great. He doesn't really need the stand, and yeah, he really looks amazing. Like, this is, I'm sure if Lou Scheimer was still alive, I'm sure he would have been happy with the way this looked, because this is exactly the way he looked in the cartoon. This is exactly the way Lou Scheimer's team designed him to look. And I'm sure, you know, they would have been happy with this. I think he looks amazing, amazing, amazing. And I know he's a little small. He's a little smaller than most of my collection, but you know what? I'm okay with it because of how cartoon accurate he is. It doesn't really bother me all that much. All right, I hope you enjoyed this look at Marshall Bravestarr from Dawson Toys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye now. Bravestarr.